Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Just Life, coming at you live from the inside of the office. So for those of you that have watched the channel for a while, know that I use a lot of GoPros. I have, I think, almost every model so far that they've made, to include the brand new GoPro Hero 9. Okay, so the 9 has a lot of new features with it, a lot of new accessories, and one of those is what you see here. It's called the Media Mod. And I love it. The Media Mod's actually a really good accessory. It gives you the ability to add external batteries to it. It has hot shoes on both sides for you to any lights you want to add or anything to that effect. It's waterproof. With the mod on, it's not waterproof. Without the mod on, it is waterproof. So it's a good camera all around. But anyway, so one thing with the Media Mod that drives me up a wall, me personally, I don't know if anyone else has this problem. I use a chesty a lot, so the camera's right here on my chest a whole lot, and with that, the Media Mod has, the old one did not have this one, but the new one does. It has a cutout for the screw to go into, right? So you have the screw that screws in there, and if you can see, the mod kind of, you can't really cinch it down. It's really hard to get it to tighten when it's on your chest. It's doable, don't get me wrong, it is doable. GoPro, good idea, good improvement there. But I'm here today to make it just that much better. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tools that I have, and I am going to create a longer screw for the chesty. So stick around and let's get started on making that. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I have a 3D printer. I've had it for a while now. I use it for little odds and ends, little parts that I need. My daughters love it. I make them little toys and little fidgets with it all the time. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use that 3D printer to do this modification. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plastic portion of the main screw and I'm going to extend it just a little bit. And what that'll do is that will give me the depth that I need in so right now it stays about flush. It's going to give me the depth that I need to tighten the thing down. So I took a couple measurements of the actual factory part, and it's coming in at right around 1 3/8. And we want it, I personally measured it all out with it all open and everything. I want it to land at about 1 3/4, 1 7/8, somewhere in there. So what I did was I have a conversion chart. I went on Thingiverse, and T Morris 9 has uploaded the factory knob back in 2013. So thanks for that, my man. So I downloaded the file, I brought it into Creality, and it's such a simple edit that I'm not going to use any of the other programs I have for 3D printing. I'm just going to use this one because all I'm going to do is I just want to lengthen this barrel. That's all I want to do is make this just a little bit taller. Now, the measurement doesn't convert directly over, so millimeters to inches, there's a little bit of off. There's not like an exact 1.75, 1 7/8, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I want to land it probably 45, 46 millimeters, which is 1.77 inches and 1.81 inches, somewhere in there. So I downloaded the file, and when we click on it and we get the actual scale for it, the height we see is 35.5, which is 1.37 inches. So we want to lengthen that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the measurements, and we're going to modify it. I'm going to go with about 47 millimeters and leave that alone. So we'll do 47 millimeters. So now what we've done, and what I'll do is I'll bring in the original knob now. So what we've done is we've essentially lengthened the barrel. So you can see on the screen, this is the first one here. This is the one we started with. That's the direct downloadable file from Thingiverse, and I will put that file down in the description box for anyone that wants to use it. And then this is after the modification. So you can see it's a little bit taller. Now everything else stays the same. All the components stay the same. All the sizing that you need stays the same. The only thing that I changed is I added length to the barrel. That's it. And again, I made it from 35.5 to 47 millimeters. So what we'll do now is we will export this and go over to the machine and get hot. Okay, so because I know I'm going to get like 7,000 questions asking about 3D printing, this is the printer that I have. I have the Ender what is this thing? Ender 3 version 2, something like that. You can see I'm all into them. I love this little thing. It's a good entry-level printer. You can bust out a lot of cool stuff with it. It's got a really good size printing area. You can print stuff, I would safely say 8 inches by 8 inches by, I don't know, a foot, not a foot, maybe 10 inches, 10, 11 inches tall. Look it up on their website to see the specific specs on it. But I love this thing. So the filament that I'm going to be using for this knob is going to be regular PLA, silk red, just because it's already loaded. That's what it looks like. I don't know if it's focused or not. I don't. I'll just put a picture of it. That's what I'm using for this. I have a bunch of colors. I have PLA, I have PETG, I have PLA Plus, stuff like that. But so what's going on right now is I've uploaded the files on the SD card. So I put the file on the SD card. It's in the printer now. And the printer is heating up right now, and we will get this knob going here in just a second. So what I'll do is I'll throw you on a little time lapse here and y'all can watch it go. Hey guys, while this time lapse rolls, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, none other than Choice Ink. Choice Ink is your premier source for all your screen printing, embroidery, and banner needs, as well as vinyl decals. Hit them up today at 860-554-1500 or shoot them an email at choiceinkct@gmail.com or visit their website www.choiceinkct.com today. Ask for Jay. He will square you away and he will provide you with top-notch screen printed embroidery, anything you need really, advertising wise. Hit him up today. Boom shakalaka. So that's how that goes. Let me break it off here. Let me just do the little boop. Oh, got a little branding there. So boom, there we go. We have the part that we need. Let me see if I can set you down here so you can see me better. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we have the part that we need there, which is the knob. In comparison, I'm using the GoPro right now, so I don't have a knob. Hold on. In comparison, this is the old one and the new one. So you can see the height difference there. So now what we have to do is conquer this screw. So I actually have already done that. I did that preemptively to make sure we had the parts we need for the video. So what I did was I went down to the hardware store, and if you go to the hardware store in like the nuts and bolts section, there is a I don't know, it's like a tool. No, it's like a plate with a bunch of little screws that you can screw in or whatever. So I found out that this is an M5 bolt, and I wasn't sure what to get, so I got the 2-inch version and the 2.5-inch version, because I'm not sure exactly how long I need it to be. And I'm going, let me see, I have it written down right here. Please excuse me for being rude here. I have so there's one, this is a 10 by 32 by 2, and this is a 10 by 32 by 2.5, and I'll put that on the screen right here. Okay, so not that much. You saw they're like 30 cents each, 22 cents each, depending on which one you get. So now what we have to do is conquer this, conquer this depth change. So I think the 2.5 is going to be the one that we need, because if you hold it up to the inside, I don't know if you can see down in there, but you can see there's a lip, so the screw actually goes inside there and it pokes through. So what I need to do is find out when I stick this in there if it'll go all the way down. And I actually have my drill here because I already know that this is a it's a snug fit. So we're gonna push it down, and yeah, that's not long enough. You can see the difference. So the 2-inch one is not gonna work. However, that's okay because I have 2.5. So let's drop the 2.5 in. And what I'm doing is, it's so snug that the screw head's not going all the way down, so I'm just kind of forcing it. So I'm taking my drill and there we go. Boom, so that's all the way down right there. Let's compare notes here. I may have to trim some. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim a little bit off, which is no big deal. That's easy to do. So what I'll do is I'll take my marker here, and then what I will do is I'll put these head to head like this, and what I'm going to do is mark right there where the black meets the bolt, so that I know where to cut it off at. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can cut it off, you can grind it off. If you have a grinder, you can do that. If you have a very stout pair of side cutters, you can cut it, or if you have there's a tool they make for that, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it actually. I marked it all the way around right there, so you can see the little blue line. Can you see that? I think you see it. There you go. So a little blue line, it'll match now. The important thing is to keep the threads safe whenever you do this, because if not, we got to re-dye them. You need to tap and die kit. The other thing that I forgot to mention is I did get some super glue while I was at the store, and I just got some regular old Gorilla Glue. And I like this one because it has the normal standard nozzle, but it also has a brush inside of it. And why I like the brush is I can back this screw out a little bit, put some super glue down there on the head, because you know the heads are flared like that. So what I can do is I can take and put super glue all around here on the head of it, and then sink it in, and that should give us a pretty snug fit. I'm pretty confident it would work like this. Never mind, no it wouldn't. It's spinning like a champ, so we're gonna have to glue it down. And if the super glue doesn't work, then we're gonna have to get some JB Weld or 5-minute epoxy or something like that, and secure it that way. But let's hop outside. Ooh, I'm wiping off my mark. Let's hop outside. We're gonna go trim this down to where we need it to be, and then get it set, get it glued, and test it out. So stick around and we'll do that next. Okay, so I cannot find my cutters, so I'm just gonna use the old bench grinder here. I have a fine wheel and a fine wheel and a coarse wheel. I usually start with the coarse one to get it cut down quickly, and then finish it off with the coarse wheel. Pro tip here: don't hold the bolt. It's gonna get pretty hot. So what I do is I put it in a pair of pliers like this. If you can, hold it sideways, whatever, it doesn't matter. Any way you can to make sure that it gets cut down, and you can see our mark there on the bolt right there. So we don't have that much to take off, but anyway, let's do that real quick. Voila! Okay, so it's really hot right now, like right in here. So we're gonna let that cool off for a second. I'll dip into some water to make it cool off even faster, and then we'll go test fit it on the old GoPro. So let's try it. Let's dip it in water first, and then see the fit. Okay, so I know it looked kind of rough. I know you're like, what? There's no way that's smooth. So as long as you do it right, the threads will still work. So again, there's my bolt. I just cooled it off. I have just a random GoPro accessory here. I don't know what it is, to be completely honest with you, but it has the same size. They're all the same size thread. So what you're gonna do now is stick it on there and try to thread it with your hands first. And if it goes on like that one does, then you're in the money, and you can tighten it down, and you can see that it's in there. So perfect, that works. Now let's drop it in the extension and see how we're looking on length. Boom, almost perfect. So it's a little bit long, which we can modify it. We can take some more threads off of it, but we can do that once it's set. So now what I want to do is take and secure it completely with the glue. Oh yeah. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I've actually been thinking about it. I think I'm gonna put some of the glue down into the handle here, and on the actual head of the screw. Remember, they were beveled like that, so I'm gonna put it around the edge there, and that way whenever they touch, they match. So let me get some of this glue here. So we're gonna put it down inside there like so. I'm just gonna kind of liberally apply it in there like that, and then I'm gonna come down here, getting it all over. I'm gonna put it around the screw head like I said. Then I'm gonna stick it into our holder like that, and I'm gonna leave it on there. So now what I want to do is kind of hold pressure on it for a little bit, let it set. Ooh, it's already set on my fingers. Let it set a little bit, and then I'll let you know how it goes. So stick around. So I got it ground down. Like I said, there's 1,000 ways you can do that. It's totally up to you on how you want to do it. But bada bing, bada boom, there's the final product. This camera doesn't want to focus today. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, this is the final product. So what I will do now, oh, let me show you all them side by side. So you can see the height difference there. Added about a 1/2 inch overall. So now what we will do is we'll take the old GoPro Izzle for shizzle, and we will put it on here, and we're gonna test fit it. So put that on there, and this should be easier. Oh yeah, look at that. Screws in like a champ now, and it sticks out just far enough to where I can boop, get it nice and tight, just like I like it, and you can see it's holding it, and that's the standoff that it has. Just enough for you to be able to tighten it. And remember, the old one stuck out right, it was tucked up underneath there. So, boom! One simple modification you can make to your GoPro to make it that much easier to use. So, I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos. I know this is a little out of the norm for the type of videos we do, but I wanted y'all to know some little tips and tricks that we use behind the scenes. And for those of you that want to know, this year we are using the GoPro Hero 9 with the media mod adapter, I guess you call it, modification mod to what it stands for, on the camera this year. So we'll be able to have, it should be clearer videos, the audio should be a little bit better, and yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us today. Like I said, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the videos. Turn the bell on, it's free, and you get updates when we upload videos. So thanks again, peace.